As I entered into the city of Spring City, I'm just gonna educate you on what has been a big flaw here in Abaco. And Spring City is the new addition of Spring City, the homes that the government opened months before the hurricane. And we already got a problem here as you drive through because of where they put the dump. The flies are racing trying to get into your vehicle. But I'll show you the damage that is left behind and the proposal by the government without any input by Spring City residents or Abaco alone. No input. And these are the homes. This one right here is a new home that haven't even been lived in or have been lived in. But that's the way it is right here. There's a whole house right here that was destroyed. All the foundation is gone. But this is the damage that's left behind by Hurricane Doreen. And the government is proposing, without any input from the residents of Spring City, it's almost like a dictatorship that they're gonna bring what they think is a relief to Spring City. But what Kai can see, it's a huge mistake in the rebuilding of Spring City, and a costly mistake at the price of some $7.5 million. Right here, you could see one of the homes there that's exploded. Look like somebody put dynamite to it. All along here, even up to the ridge here, you can see there's a hill there. All these homes were destroyed by wind and water. That's when they collapsed. And when the Prime Minister was here last, I asked him about putting a drain right there. This is supposed to be people's, the most money they spend on anything is their homes. So you should give them something on a neighborhood that is free from malaria, frogs, and all sort of water disease in the beginning. That's the way it looked the day the Prime Minister opened. Nothing has changed since the hurricane. And here we are here again with another house, 245 exploded along with the poles here in Spring City as I do my walk through, my drive-by. This is a drive-by in Spring City. This is what we got here. We got a one-man band there. Give me some of that energy you got. This guy putting the roof on by himself. He's good. This is the pine forest of Spring City. This is all what left after the hurricane. Still see the debris. Our house was collapsed. Debris is still on the side of the street here. Not a house lost its roof. Not a house lost part of its roof. And right in the front of this community, this is what you gotta wake up your new neighbors from wherever. It's right in the front. Right in the front of your homes, right here. And this is what the Spring City people can look forward to. This is one of the big mistakes that will haunt the F&M government all through their administration. And when they lose the election coming up, the next general election, there shall and will be an immediate investigation. As I go inside, to what they said is going to be a relief. And the thing about it is that nobody is talking to the residents. And you can hear an echo inside here. This will be a good place. This will be a good place to have a band and a studio, because you can hear yourself in there talk. And you can see how many of these things they're building over there. Whenever you flush your bathroom in this one, somebody right next door can hear. The only people that are winning here is the people that are building these things. And as a taxpayer, as a Bahamian, as an Abaconian, how could the government throw away this absolutely waste of government funds? This is a throwaway. This is 7.5 million temporary shelters. Couldn't the 7 million be put into some structure that's gonna last? So what's gonna happen with this temporary structure after people rebuild? Is this gonna be the next edition of the peas in the mud? I think so. It is so sad when the government came into power and wanted the Freedom of Information Act so we can know what's behind the dollar sign. We are not gonna win. Spring City is not gonna win. This is gonna be an eyesore for generations to come. Trust me on this. And there's so many of them. And why, the question is, why build them in the place that they're building them? That's my big thing. Why? This is what they look like inside the Eskimo teepee. Right there, all along here. And I don't know, trying to figure this one out. As you can see, you're right in the front of the community of Spring City. You put these toilets right here. We got all kind of room all over Spring City, all the way up there, would have been better served, all the way to the town. But they bring them right here, and they seem to think that they have all the brains. Somebody, before we go to total destruction, have to pinch the Prime Minister of this country and say, hey, Mr. Prime Minister, you're dealing with human beings. You're dealing with a people. You're not dealing with numbers. Talk to us. You may say you're doing good, but if you don't feel the good, if you don't taste the good, you're doing it by yourself. You're politicizing it. You put people on the board as not people person that's out of touch with people. You have a community here, we have a local government, have you sit down with them and ask, is this proper? Is this the spot to put them in? It's like coming into somebody's home and being a bully. That's what the government of the Bahamas is doing to the FNM government. They're using bully boy tactics and forgetting that they have some human beings in here. You're gonna be careful that the Bahamian people don't rise up. I wouldn't allow it to happen in my town. You know, these things are unacceptable. This is unacceptable. And then the amount of money. We have people that's coming here and doing things for free and doing a better job. And you guys gonna come here with a tone of 7.5 billion for these things without any regards. And let me just say, without any regards to what the people of Spring City need. I keep saying that, if the government would have put $3 million worth of material on the ground in Spring City, every home could have been rebuilt. And it would have been a long time permanent structure, not a 7 million. So we look at 3 million. We would have given you all back 4 million to mess up. But you're spending 7 million on what I call a dummy project. Where is KB when we need KB. We got a bunch of jokey leaders in a jokey town, just like a bunch of clowns out on the ocean blue, sailing this boat without a rudder. Jokey leaders in a jokey town, acting like a bunch of clowns. All they need is the clown suit and the clown hat, because that's all they're doing is clowning around on the Bahamian people, the people that went through the most devastating hurricane in the history of this hemisphere. And to date, 4 months in, we cannot see anything that we could be braggadocious about to say that the government of the Bahamas have done that the people of Abaco has approved. Name one thing that this government has done, and all the monies they've spent, $7 million in the mud, $7 million here. It's a 7-7 number. I don't know how much they spend at the airport, but it seems every time they move, there's a $7 million. That's $14 million. And not $1 million has gone directly into the pockets, into the lives of rebuilding Abaco, no Abaconians. As a matter of fact, we are not even being allowed to sit at the table to educate them of what Abaco wants and what Abaco needs. To date, in Pelican Shores, Marsh Harbor proper, after the government have wasted $14 million, our streets are still not being cleared. This is one of those care video on the 29th day of December, 4 months in, and nothing that we could approve that has helped us to be better after the hurricane. Everything is regress. Nothing to be happy about. Bunch of jokey leaders in a jokey town and building a bunch of Eskimo thing inside a country what has sun 350 days a year. They bring in Eskimos into Spring City.